what do I plan on reading in the month of April? Hi friends, welcome back to Pages and Chaos, and here are the maybe books that I'll read in the month of April. I plan on having April be a complete mood reading month because I just need to not have to worry about any readathons or any prompts or anything like that. You know, I said earlier on this year that I was going to make sure I am much pickier about the books and readathons that I take part in, just because I felt like last year I got very overwhelmed, and April is just going to be a whatever I feel like month. I do have a few books that I kind of think I'm gonna pick up, so I'll let you know what they are and we'll see if I actually do. So I do have 3 books that are must reads for a couple of different reasons. And the first one is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. And this is a must read because it is the book that Katie and I Would Rather Be Reading recommended for the month of April for me. And I can't wait to dive into this to see if the hype is worth it, or if this was a book that, you know, I was happy to not really give into the hype with when it actually came out and when the show was released and everything. So we'll see if Katie's pick was a good one. But this is about Pip, who is doing this like big project for her senior year. And the topic that she chose was to reinvestigate a 5-year-old cold case of Andy Bell, who was supposedly murdered by her boyfriend Sal. And Pip is convinced that he didn't do it, so she's gonna reinvestigate and see what the real story is. And this might put her in danger, and the secrets that are gonna be uncovered, who knows? So I'm excited to pick this up and see if I should have given into the hype all that time ago. Now, the next 2 books that are probably gonna be must reads are the 2 buddy read books from the Comfy Cozy Book Club in the Noodle Shop Mysteries that we've been reading. I didn't read the one that we had planned for March because I was just focused on middle grade March, so I'm gonna read that one and the April one as well. So the one that I missed in March was Murder Lo Mein, and this one is about Lana, who this time now she has accepted the job as manager at her family's Chinese food restaurant, and they get themselves involved in this noodle competition. And unfortunately, one of, I think, the judges or the critics winds up being murdered. And so now she's going to take it upon herself to find out what happened and save the reputation of her family restaurant once again. And then the April book that I'm going to read is Wonton Terror, which is the 4th book. And in this one, the town and the square and everybody is partaking in one of the summer festivals. And unfortunately, a food truck explosion winds up injuring and killing a bunch of people, but they find out that it wasn't an accident. So Lana is again going to use her amateur sleuthing to figure out what actually happened. So I'm excited to read both of those. They're both usually quick reads. The Noodle Shop Mysteries were very quick so far with the first 2 books. And they also go a lot quicker on the audios as well. I like to just throw them on when I'm cooking or cleaning or just even driving to work. So those should be very quick reads. And then the 3rd, or I guess really 4th book that is a must read is Sunrise on the Reaping. Like, the fact that I haven't even picked it up yet is like, oh my God, what am I waiting for? I did pre-order it, and it did come in March, like 2 days after release day. But again, March was just all middle grade March, and I really did not want to like overlap. Like, I want to read this book, and I have a feeling it's going to only take me like a day or 2. But I just want to focus on this book. So again, if you've been around, Hunger Games, one of my all-time favorite series. I was a little bit older when it came out, so I didn't really quite read it as a teen. But it still is just like, it's got so much to it. Well, this is Haymitch's story, and just like, I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but every time I see something on like TikTok or Instagram, I immediately scroll away. But the vibe that I'm getting is like all of the heartbreak, all of the oh my God crying that has been done up until now in the original trilogy, and then the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, that's got nothing on this book. So we'll see. But this is going to probably be the first book other than A Good Girl's Guide to Murder that I pick up, because like I already started reading that because we're like 6 days into April already. So I'm definitely going to pick this up this week. And we will see. We will see if it lives up, which I think it will, to the rest of the beloved series of mine. The next books that I am going to try to pick up are Powerful and Reckless. So Powerful is the little novella that happens after Powerless, and then Reckless is the second book in the series. And I am surprised that I didn't pick either one of these up yet, like immediately after finishing Powerless, because I absolutely loved that book. So this is about Peyton and Kai. Peyton accidentally lands herself in the Purging Trials, which is supposed to be for the elites with powers, but she's an ordinary and doesn't have powers, but she kind of lies her way into it, and everyone thinks she has these powers that she doesn't have. And of course, there is this possible love affair with Kai, and I can't really say much more than that as far as what's going to happen in the next book, because again, spoilers. So I think I'm gonna pick both of these up, and I already have the third book pre-ordered, and I actually just got the notification that they charged my card, so that should be coming soon. The next book that I might pick up again in April, remember these are just some, you know, possibilities. We'll see what I get to and what I actually feel like reading, but that is The Daughter of Diamonds by J. Gabriel Gates. This is the third book in his Luck God series, and I absolutely love this series so far. And of course, each one of these is about a different demigod that is based off of the card suits. So of course, Daughter of Diamonds. And this is about Aggie. So the whole series is about Aggie, who finds out that she has powers of a demigod, and she's trying to navigate her way through dealing with that, as well as what's going on with her mother. Again, I'm not going to go into too many details because it'll be spoilers, but also one of her friends, and Jack, who is the Jack card power of the heart suit. So I love this series. I found him on TikTok, and I ordered his first book, which was a signed copy. I backed one of his Kickstarters, which had these special edition hardbacks. I believe, you can't really see them, they're all the way up top, but that white one up there, that is one of the special edition ones. So I just really, really enjoy this series so much. So I have a feeling that I'm gonna be able to pick this one up pretty soon. And then the last book that might be one that I pick up in April, and then we'll see what else, you know, I come across. But it's a graphic novel called Laura Olympus. This is an adult graphic novel, and I got this from the library because the Games That Gods Play, even though I know that's like a very polarizing opinion on that book, I enjoyed it despite some of the you know, things that I felt could have been done better. But that kind of got me like interested in seeing what other Hades and Persephone retellings are out there, and if I would like them as much as I like that one. So somebody on one of my Facebook groups that I'm a part of with, you know, reading and books and things like that, recommended the Lore of Olympus graphic novel series. So I did get this from the library, and I hope to pick this one up really soon. So those are the books that I have in my pile of possibilities for April. So aside from my couple of must reads, we'll see how many I get to, and if I wind up picking up anything else or none of these at all, and I go on a completely different you know, reading journey for this month. But I guess we'll see at the end of the month what I wind up picking up and reading. So let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these books, if any of these books intrigue you, if any of these are on your TBR for this month. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you made it this far and you just don't feel like commenting, then just leave me either a snake or a bird in the comments for my Hunger Games love and continuing with that series. Well, that's all I have for now.